And next up at UFC Sacramento, we've got Serghei Spivac taking on Vitor Petrino. Give me Petrino in this one. I think this is a tough matchup here for Serghei Spivac. Spivac on the feet is always live for a knockout. It's the heavyweight division. There's no doubt about that. But I think he's one of the lesser, harder hitters in this division. Where he does his best work is being able to back you up against the fence, utilize the clinch, and really play sort of like foot sweeps and drag you to the ground with body lock takedowns. And once he gets into a top position, that's where he's very dangerous. He has good submissions, he has vicious ground and pound, and he has very good control once he gets you to the ground. The problem is that on the feet, Spivac has been knocked out 4 out of the 6 losses that he's had in his pro career. Don't get me wrong, it's been to some of the better guys in the division that carry a lot of power, but when you're seeing Petrino on the other side, a very big, physically jacked, powerful, athletic guy, it's definitely going to be something that's going to cross your mind in the exchanges on the feet. Petrino, obviously, in his last fight was able to get it done by unanimous decision against Asplund, and in that matchup, I think it really kind of probably built confidence for Petrino that he felt comfortable not only in his heavyweight frame, that he can also push a pace and keep a pace for 3 straight rounds at heavyweight. He's obviously a very big, physically strong guy, but he does a good job of being able to defend takedowns, and since he's been at heavyweight, even at 205, he's been able to be really tough to take down and control on the ground. And I don't see Spivac here being able to get the respect of Petrino in the boxing to be able to back him up enough in order to be able to get into the clinch and really work his grappling and work his foot sweeps and his trips in order to get the fight to the ground. And I think Petrino as well is a guy that, as long as he doesn't shoot takedowns in this fight, I think he can stay out at space, pump out the jab, really just keep it very simple in the boxing. And he should be the better, quicker to the target, harder hitting, powerful striker here in this matchup. I think it's going to be very difficult for Spivac to get this fight to the ground. I think if he had a double leg or a single leg, out at space, out at range that he could utilize, or some kicks, it might really serve him well. But we don't see that from Serghei Spivac. And because we can't trust his chin, it's got to be Vitor Petrino for me in this one. I think he's going to be the harder hitter. He's proven that it's hard to take him down. I think as well that he's going to be physically stronger. And I do think in this matchup that he is probably the cleaner striker, and I trust his chin and his durability along with his volume and his newfound confidence here at heavyweight. So I'm going to go with Vitor Petrino. Don't get me wrong, I don't think Petrino is the best fighter. I think he's a very raw talent that sometimes uses his athleticism and his size and his strength to his advantage, as opposed to actually being a good technical fighter. But sometimes in the heavyweight division, that doesn't matter. Sometimes the better athlete is the one that wins. And I think Vitor Petrino here is the better athlete, defend the takedowns and win in the striking. So give me Vitor Petrino to get this one done. Let's see who Carlos has got in this matchup.
Okay, in this one, I'm going to go with Vitor Petrino to get it done. And I think Petrino has good takedown defense. He's dangerous on the feet, carries power early in the fight. He can wrestle a little bit himself defensively to keep himself off the mat. In the clinch, he'll pummel into body locks. He's got decent ground control if he can get it there. Spivac's going to want to keep this fight in the clinch. Likes to keep the clinch, see if he can get the fight to the ground, use a little ground and pound, soften up his opponents. But in his last fight against Ante Delia, what he did do was he used his jab very skillfully, and he was able to keep Ante Delia at range, bust up his face a little bit to get the decision. But I feel the athleticism of Petrino, he's going to make this fight go wherever he wants it to go. If he wants it to be on the ground, it'll be on the ground. If he wants to stay standing, he will too. And I don't think he's going to have a hard time getting around the jab of Spivac. And I also feel that if Spivac's trying to get the takedowns, I feel that Petrino has very good balance. He's very strong. He's going to be able to keep the fight standing if he wants to. And even if he looks fatigued, because if he uses a lot of wrestling, whether it's defensively or offensively, he does get gassed. But I feel that this shouldn't be any different. He'll be able to hold on just enough to get the decision. So Vitor Petrino to get this one done.